Thanks for tuning in to part 2 of this video series. If you haven't already watched part 1, you can find a link in the description. Now in part 2, we're going to finish off our overview into the stage of the Star Wars galaxy for the prequels. A major part of the Star Wars stage are the diverse alien species that exist in this galaxy. The prequels are an opportunity to expand even further on our understanding of this multi-species galaxy. So what alien species are we likely to meet? As Tatooine is the one place in the prequels we need to visit, we need to think about the species that inhabit it, and which ones we will meet during our story. Was Tatooine a multi-species outpost as we saw in the originals? Will we visit the same part of Tatooine or a different part of the planet? These questions will influence which of the species and how many of them we will show. Beyond Tatooine, there are thousands of planets and species throughout the galaxy. As the Empire is a human-centric organisation and the Rebellion is multi-species, we'd expect to see the galaxy before the Empire as being a multi-species galaxy. Using species that we've seen before is important. This isn't for fan service or nostalgia, it's to connect all the movies together and provide us an insight into the demographics or mix of species in the galaxy. We also expect to see new alien species, broadening that diversity and building that wider galaxy. Within this multi-species galaxy, we still must remember that humans are its most common species. Now I know what you're probably thinking, get the politics out of Star Wars. As much as people dislike the politics in the prequels, this is an essential part in how the Old Republic, as described by Obi-Wan, fell to the Empire. Early on in the originals, we hear of the Senate, the politics behind it, and why Princess Leia feels confident she can hide her activities under the pretense of diplomacy.
The Imperial Senate will not sit still for this. When they hear you've attacked a diplomatic...
Don't act so surprised, Your Highness. You weren't on any mercy mission this time. Several transmissions were beamed to the ship by rebel spies. I want to know what happened to the plans they sent you.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm a member of the Imperial Senate on a diplomatic mission to Alderaan.
The politics within the Empire quickly becomes irrelevant with the activation of the Death Star, but it's clear that before that time, the Senate and politics were very important.
But now,
the more you tighten your grip, Tarkin, the more star systems will slip through your fingers.
not after we demonstrate the power of this station.
During the originals, the Empire is presented as a fascist organisation with only humans in possession of power, whereas the rebels are seen as a multi-species force. We need to see how this fascist organisation took over the galaxy and the politics behind it. We also want to learn more about the different societies that make up the galaxy, from the kingdoms like Alderaan and Naboo to the frontier like Tatooine. Do we also see native tribes and see the conflict between humans and aliens, and of course the centre of the Republic and its capital? This will help us grow our understanding of the galaxy, the tensions between humans and aliens, and know what we lost when the Empire took control. We learned from Obi-Wan that the Jedi were custodians of peace and justice in the galaxy.
For over 1,000 generations, the Jedi Knights were the guardians of peace and justice in the Old Republic.
How did they implement this? How did the Jedi and the Republic interact? Did this give them power over the Senate or star systems, or maybe even the Chancellor? The Force. What do we know of the Force? From Obi-Wan, we learn that the Force is created by living things.
The Force?
And the Force is what gives the Jedi his power. It's an energy field created by all living things. It surrounds us and penetrates us. It binds the galaxy together.
And Yoda helps expand on this.
Life creates it, makes it grow. Its energy surrounds us and binds us. Luminous beings are we, not this crude matter. You must feel the Force around you.
We also learn that the Force can be felt. It partly controls your actions, but as a Jedi, you can also control it.
Remember, a Jedi can feel the Force flowing through him.
You mean it controls your actions?
Partially, but it also obeys your commands.
Though in the originals we see the Force at work, it is not a concept or belief that is widespread.
Kid, I've flown from one side of this galaxy to the other. I've seen a lot of strange stuff, but I've never seen anything to make me believe there's one all-powerful force controlling everything.
These scenes give us some insight into what the Force is and how it works. In the prequels, we'll need to learn this again, but we also want to learn something new. Perhaps expanding our understanding about the cosmic force and the living force? Maybe a Jedi ability not previously shown. Midichlorians was an attempt at this, but rather than go down a scientific route, a more mystical path would be best. As we heard previously, the Jedi are described as the guardians of peace and justice in the Republic. They are presented as a pacifist organisation who only use violence for defence.
A Jedi uses the Force for knowledge and defense, never for attack.
And have a strict devotion to their religion.
A Jedi must have the deepest commitment, the most serious mind.
But the Jedi religion is also described as an ancient religious order.
Your sad devotion to that ancient religion.
And are all but erased in the galaxy.
The Jedi are extinct. Their fire has gone out of the universe. You, my friend, are all that's left of their religion.
Were they a fading religion before the Dark Times? What prominence did they have in the Republic, and power did they have? Lastly, the Sith are never mentioned in the originals and seem to be a hidden secret to everyone outside Force users. This is shown when Tarkin calls Darth Vader a Jedi. This indicates the Sith were hidden from everyone, even their most trusted allies. Thus in the prequels, the Sith should be hidden from the galaxy at large, with only a few knowing the secret of the Emperor. The Sith are also shown to corrupt and seduce Jedi to their cause, turning them down a path to the dark side that is hard to escape.
To start down the dark path forever, will it dominate your destiny, consume you at will.
Vader tells Palpatine, Luke would be a powerful ally.
If he could be turned, he would become a powerful ally.
Yes, he would be a great asset.
Does the rule of two not exist? Or did Palpatine not feel the need for it once becoming Emperor? These are all aspects we'll need to consider when looking at the Sith in the prequels. So that's it for part 2. Let me know what you think. Did I miss anything? In part 3, we'll look at the fun stuff, the story and the events that will shape the prequels. If you want more videos, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you later.